Hey everyone, and welcome back to the video. Now this one's going to be slightly different. It's not Formula 1 related. It is still racing related, obviously. This is going to be a follow-up to the video posted by Drivetribe earlier in the week. In that video, Mike Fernie said that Drivetribe were looking for a new test track for Drivetribe to throw cars around circuits, basically. And they were looking particularly at R.A.F. Wroughton, and few tracks in that area. So I thought, what could be fun? Let's jump into Assetto Corsa, load the tracks up, and have a go and see what they're like. So this is R.A.F. Wroughton, also known as the Abolodrome. This is the Grand Tour test track for the show. Some of the cars not quite accurate, like that's a touring car of a... Oh, they're off. That's a touring car of a Chevrolet Assetto. Got a Mini there, Toyota GT86 and Fossil Astra, and behind us is a C''D, and I am in a Suzuki Llandow. If you're a big enough fan, you know these were... Oh, I should have had Jag F-Type. This is the stars of the reasonable price cars. Eek! Off into the gravel. Thankfully, we will get back on track. I'm worried about the... whatever car was behind. It's the Kia. As Mike pointed out in the video, this is where he did the video. It's difficult to actually do races here, particularly as the isn't straight is two ways, so it's very difficult to have races through here. There is a 50-mile/h speed limit, which it actually says there. And that was the downside of this track, is that they would have to have their own marshals. So we come around unexploded bomb into old lady's house. Because if you watch the Grand Tour, you know of this track as well, and you sort of know what sort of camera angles they can get. So this is sort of like an obvious one. The downside to Drivetribe is that they'd have to supply their own marshalling team, basically, if they wanted to go above 50 mph. And this is also quite a fun, curious test as well to see which reasonably priced car is the fastest. Amazingly, I'm keeping up with the GT86. There goes the Chevrolet Assetto. That's not an accurate Chevrolet Assetto. The only version I could find was a touring car. Oh, there's the Vauxhall and the Mini. Some of you are probably thinking, I don't remember there being a Mini as a... I don't remember a Mini being a reasonably priced car. Yeah, a lot of us don't remember the Chris Evans era.
Great car. Completely different to last time.
Oh, there's the Assetto. Too focused on trying to... Don't know where he's going. Where's the 86? I can't believe the Chevrolet Assetto's keeping up and passing a Toyota GT86. That's unbelievable. Here comes the Toyota again, but I got the inside line into substation. And around field of sheep, we're doing 3 laps. I would have thought that that's meant to be the reasonably fast car, and this is the Formula 1 reasonably priced car. Hi, Assetto. Problem is I'm going to encounter the Mini and the Astra, so there they are. Infinite tyre squeal from the Assetto. There's the Toyota, it's still back there. I think the driver's driving ability held it up. We come through substation for one last time, cut the corner nicely. I'm sure those aren't the lines that Abby Eaton took, and across the line to beat the GT86 and the Kia C''D. So in Mike's video, he also talked about the track of Llandow. I couldn't get that one, unfortunately. I couldn't going to go to the Llandow circuit, so we have skipped and we are at Castle Combe. So we can have a look and see what Castle Combe has to offer. And if you're interested in the cars, there is a Suzuki Vitara. Behind me is a Fiat Coupe, and I am in a Lexus in the grass. Oh my god, it's not stopping. This is a Lexus LS400, so if you remember the Top Gear episode where they had police cars, these are the 3 police cars.
What happens if you just pull up next to the pavement and there are some women and children walking?
They'll have their legs cut off.
Quite simply, I appear to be in James May's one at the back. But let's have a look at Castle Combe racetrack. This is actually my closest racetrack, being down in Combe. So, would love to come up and do like a track day. Well, I don't know how well my little Renault Clio would do on a track day. But lots of nice little chicanes. The issue that Mike brought up was it is a perimeter road. There's not much. It's pretty flat. But if you've got the tyre walls on each side, I mean, that's alright. It sort of shows off like a bit of a race track. Got the pit areas. It would just have to be expensive because of renting it out. Is this the same corner? It is the same corner. First gear. Come on. What's the problem with driving Lexuses? What are you doing? You're on a track! No! I don't know what a track is. Also, the rev counter and the speedometer are not correct in this mod, which again is very correct for a Lexus. I don't know which one's winning, that of the Vitara and the Fiat. I mean, this is definitely a fun track. You can really throw cars about on it. You just have to hope that people who drive the cars, Mike, Abby, Tiff, don't do what I did at turn 1. You don't have the budget of Amazon or the BBC behind you if you wreck a car. So, over to the fastest track in the UK, according to Tiff and Tell. And I've got 2 sets of Top Gear Grand Tour Trio cars. So, right there, straight away, we've got the Focus RS, the Bentley Continental, and the Caterham from the Madagascar Special. I am currently in a Porsche 928, which appeared in 2 specials. Firstly, one alongside that one, which is a Ford Mustang, which I took out. I can't do turn 1. Come on. There's also a Lotus Esprit that doesn't have shading. I cut the corner, apparently. Oh my god, I can't drive this Porsche. Which is a nightmare to drive. Yeah, this is the one that had the infamous number plate on it for the Patagonia Special.
May and I decided to cheer him up.
Don't pull any more vacuum up yet.
How's your Peugeot, Hammond?
Shut up.
It also appeared in the Porsche Cheap Car Challenge many years ago.
And speaking of the devil,
That's the fastest your car's been all day. But it's still using more fuel than mine, even sitting on there. What have you got to say about your car?
The bonnet hasn't been up.
And just constantly broke down. So I feel like this was going to be the slowest now because, well, I can't handle it. It's really difficult to control. was no grip. Oh no. Cutting daisies again. Leader is on final lap. Are you kidding me? I haven't even done one. Porsche 928. Nasty car. It is a V8 though, I think. So it's hefty front end, which is why the rear has absolutely no grip. Because all the weight is forwards, unlike a normal Porsche where it's behind. Just looking in the mirror, waiting for a Ford Focus or a Bentley Continental to come ploughing round. Hopefully I get to the start finish line so we can actually have a look at Thruxton. Little chicane. Ooh. Big chicane. Sausage curb. Abby eat more like those. It'd be definitely somewhere interesting and fun to test cars around. I don't know why that's given me a time penalty for cutting that corner. I think this could definitely be an interesting track. Oh, blimey, there goes the caterer. Nothing much more suited to the racetrack than it is going across Madagascar. Beforehand, I was always quite set on the idea of the Drivetribe track being R.A.F. Wroughton. Wroughton, sorry. It felt like it felt proper because Drivetribe is connected to Clakson, Hammond and May, so it felt right that it should be that track. But I'm definitely in favour of Thruxton. It's a bit more expensive, but is it as expensive as having your own Marshall team? Right. For this final one, you're probably going to realise this isn't in England. There isn't a British map for it. There's just a Cessna up there. But Mike also said maybe about, could they have a disused runway or something, which could work. Closest I've got is this one, which is a like drifting track airport thing, but you've still got the the perimeter roads which you could potentially still use, and there's the actual runway. So why not, let's have a look at an actual like on-track runway. I mean, you're never going to find something as like nice and as flowing as this, but still the idea of having a runway of your own that you can follow the car around. Like I said, obviously the aero clubs have priority over them, so you're going to have to give those up. And also aero clubs are notoriously difficult to be able to get to give up their time. The private pilots would always be like, no, I want to fly my plane. How dare they try and drive cars on a runway? Also, interesting with the car, I couldn't find the exact one. I was hopefully looking for a 1960s version of this car, but the only one I could find was late 70s, and this is an Opel Kadett. This is an Opel Kadett from the late 70s, so not quite Oliver. A bit more powerful than Oliver, but closest I could get to an Opel Kadett. I feel like this is the sort of thing that Hammond wants to turn Oliver into, which a lot of us are just like, please don't. I mean, with a runway, it does give you the ability to be creative with where you drive the cars, and you can obviously, have areas like this, which is clearly a drag strip. So you can clearly have a drag strip, and But then it's a bit difficult to actually like practice turning unless you have all this nice sort of back roads. Otherwise you do some slalom, but I think at the moment my opinion is set on either R.A.F, Wroughton or Thruxton. They felt like the best two. Don't tell me in the comments where you think. I will leave a link to the Drivetribe video, whatever side it is up there. I'll leave a link to that video. Go watch the video. Mike explains the pros and cons of it extremely well, and let them know, because ultimately it's Drivetribe that decides where it's going. And if you're not subscribed to Drivetribe, I urge you to go do it. It's basically the third rendition of Top Gear Grand Tour. You got Mike doing a wonderful job presenting, alongside Lucy, who does most of the filming and editing as well. And of course you get the odd snippet from Jeremy, James and Richard, and a few extra people and close friends of the channel. You got Abby Eaton, Tiffany Dell, Ben Collins, Jimmy Broadbent. If you like those guys, go and watch Drivetribe. The first video you come across, like things like that, first videos you come across might not be your thing, like watching like Ford Focuses being rebuilt. That's not my type of thing. But then watching like car reviews and behind the scenes stuff is always fun. I like, so yeah, give them a watch. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this gave you a bit more perspective of what's about for Drivetribe and what they can have. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.